After about 3 months of silence, we have an update in the Lucas Mirtl and the Lawrence's lawsuit, and that being in the form of, back on March 14th, the Lawrences withdrew the complaint in the U.S. District Court of Florida without prejudice. Now, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not very well versed in this, but as far as I could see, that is so they did it without prejudice so that they could, at some point, refile the case. And this is the court document, whatever you want to call it. I don't actually know the word for it, of the Lawrence's voluntary dismissal without prejudice of their case. Now, we are back to today. And apparently that didn't last very long. This coming from Jacob Hayes, saying that the court was dismissed in federal court due to both parties, the Lawrences and Mirtl, being non-U.S. citizens. Also complicating the matter is the fact that the plaintiffs and the defendant live in different states, Florida and Texas, respectively. However, that was not the end of the dispute because the Lawrences had already filed their lawsuit in the Circuit Court of the 6th Judicial District Circuit in Pasco County, Florida, back on March 3rd, which means the case is now a Florida state case instead of a U.S. federal case, so this situation is still ongoing. So we had that post from Jacob Hayes right there, and well, now it's just who knows what. Obviously, if you saw this, Cooksey covered it before anybody else. Now we have, as of now, RacerX. I'm assuming all the other people touching on it, and this is a post from Lucas Mirtl. Over the Jacob Hayes post. If you want to pause and read any of this, it's a long one, sort of. And yeah, who knows where this is going to go. I mean, obviously, there's, like I said, if you watch the Cooksey thing, again, take everything he says with a grain of salt. And there's a lot in his video covering multiple things, from Joe Shimoda supposedly getting deported if he left the Wasserman Group. He goes into, the Jet Lawrence allowance, however you want to say it, from his parents telling him what he can spend. Something we're not even going to cover, talk about his dad and whatever. We're not even going to get to that. But now it just becomes a question of what's actually going to happen. I mean, obviously, it's been 3 months before any of this happened. And back on March 7th, again, I'm reading this from RacerX. So on March 7th, the Pasco County clerk posted a summons to be issued to Mirtl on March 12th, notifying him of the new lawsuit and giving him 20 days to respond in writing once the summons is served. According to the social post by Hayes, Mirtl has been officially served in papers to appear in Florida State Court. Now, as far as I can see, there is another post somewhere that he's been spending the last few months in Europe around the Conans and that whole racing side of things. So who knows what's going to happen with this? I mean, obviously, he's got to not only defend himself in the court of public opinion. Obviously, the alleged thing is that he stole something like $600,000 worth of the Lawrence's money, used it for your own purposes, whatever. If you really want to get into it, there's longer posts about that, old videos, whatever. And now it's the thing of he's got to obviously, or has been obviously, defending himself from the beginning. Saying this is not true. I didn't do this. I'm whatever. Obviously, he's going to defend himself as everyone has the right to. But he's got the court of public opinion, depending on what side you fell on this, where you think of it. Obviously, and then whenever this actually does go to court, what the actual evidence is, if there is enough evidence, who knows? I mean, obviously, he still has clients. He still has clients that are technically Wasserman Group people. Tom Bial, Joe Shimoda, and obviously Lucas and Sasha Conan. So it's not like he fell off the face of the planet and he doesn't have people that he's working for, working with, whatever it is. And it's crazy. I don't know. 3 months, obviously the court system is not the fastest thing in the world. This is not going to be something that was filed and is going to be dealt with immediately. But I don't know. Do you have it dropped once because something? And as far as I know, yeah, neither of them are U.S. citizens, or none of them are U.S. citizens. So it's kind of a weird thing. Now they're over state laws, or it's not not a federal case, it's a state case. So is that dropping the severity of it? I mean, obviously, I'm assuming $600,000 and at that like that level of money being stolen or misappropriated, whatever you want to call it, would be not civil. That would be criminal. That's a very large amount of money to either be taking, stealing, using for the purposes that it's not meant to be. Who knows? And like again, take the whole thing in the grain of salt that you want. The whole Cooksey video talking about its washerman trying to get him out because they didn't want to pay, the commission fee for the Honda deal that's coming through with the Lawrences, and they don't want to pay him his commission. Who knows? I mean, it's one of those things that there's so much to this probably that nobody knows yet. There's got to be complete levels to this that we'll see if it ever eventually does go to court. I mean, who knows? This could be settled in 6 months, a year. This could be drug out for the next 5 years, and we never know what actually is going on until it does get a final settlement. And even then, you might not know because it could be, hey, we'll pay you this or you'll get this, and here's an NDA. And we could never actually know what the full extent of everything is to this. But it's funny. 3 months later, you're telling me that these people didn't have the best lawyers in the world or best lawyers they can afford to wait this long to find out that, hey, it actually can't be done this way because you're both living in different states and you're both non-US citizens. So it's weird to me that it got instantly or took that long to get dropped and then instantly refiled in a different way. So I don't know. Like I said, it's going to be one of those things that 3 months of silence. I mean, even from Mirtl himself, when this came out, he had posts going every day defending himself, and then 3 months of silence. And obviously his Instagram is private at the moment, and that's not surprising. But we'll see where this goes. Obviously, with the Lawrences not racing, they're kind of out of the public eye at the moment. I'm assuming they're still going to races because they have their VIP thing. So who knows about that? But this is where again, comment down below from you guys. Where do you think this is going? Do you think he did it? Does this make you believe less? Do you think it's going to get settled out of court, in court, whatever? You know, comment down below. Tell me your opinions on this crazy situation. I mean, it's two of the biggest names in the sport. One of the, I guess you could say, one of the bigger agents in the sport, having these two before and four other big name riders. It's a big thing either way. But like I said, comment down below. Tell me what you think. While you're down there, make sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the fun things this platform allows you to do because it really just helped me out. I appreciate it. And with that, I'll see you later. Peace.